some delay. Yeah, facing 2 9 downs and a 7 down across. Pretty scary. Also pretty high out or across the table except for us. Let's see how we are doing, how we are faring in how after it has been a couple of weeks. But the last session was pretty good. You definitely have to focus slightly more than the regular Mahjong Soul stream. Rakuhai best T20 here on the left with the Dragons on the right. We have a lot of Torah. We are not going for the 1, 2, 3 Sansoku here. We are just trying to get Tandao. Toi Toi. If it's not Toi Toi, it can actually already be Tempai, which is like really unfortunate, but really not much that we can do anyway. It's one so here, most likely. We can got one man here. But I think one so is just probably the best option here. Or we can go 3 man into 1 man. You just have to thrust 1 man into the 4 man. It's half Suchi with the early 5, I guess. They don't have the Aka there. The East is still better. Also because I think Kamicha also might have more East and Shimocha might have the East. But so far, like, it seems to be that people are falling. Well, not playing full push at least. That doesn't mean that we can really do much. 7 so or 3. Yeah. Luckily, it's not an X there. Still have to full push it, or like that wasn't anything else for us. Luckily, it was cheap. We have a Pinfu and 2 Toras. Well, perhaps 3 Toras. The result isn't confirmed, but that's you still need a pair. I'm really willing to cut a Pensam here very early, but it has the Tora acceptance, so it's not like first turn cuts here. Have just good saves here with 2 Toras. We are only 1,300 behind, kinda, with of course the double that amount of against Storm because we got in there. He had 30 Toras though. With the concern and then like ramen, Rankan ramen with the 9 sauce being basically that. I it is tricky here, but if it was a 2 man, I probably got a 8 instead. If we had a 1 2 2 3 4 shape, I would probably got the other way instead. You just have to push it slightly here. There's no point in 17. Or you can cut the 17. If you're too scared, you can definitely cut 17. It's on a unless it oh wait, that didn't hit. Wait, Riichi Ipeko tutorial. Oh, it didn't even have painful. Okay, kinda apply. Kinda apply. Well, haven't played this game in like 3 days and I can't even do the scoring. Can't even do the scoring. I don't like the Ipeka tutorials like would be Hanuman but it didn't have painful. That is why you don't really want to push this too, so we should have succeeded as well. The 1 pin is kinda useless here. But probably slightly safer than this 9 man here. It's just against the seat wind pawn here. The pawn is just slightly too mediocre. It's just slightly is. Like the problem with the pawn, like if we think just has on its and even the 92 months doesn't do that much. Uh, 92 months. If it was like a 3 man or like a middle tile, then the pawn would have been more, would have been just better. Yeah, was afraid of all needs, but it's like this too, huh? not that much that we could have done there either. And of course, kinda just sucks when you just steal in. If there is anything wrong with the stream, though, just type in chat. I can see it. I am of course less worried with chat with like 5 minutes a day. I'm still reading the chat some of the time, or not that often. But if there's something wrong with my stream, just let me know. Like it's like that is like the problem, or not really the problem, but. The difficulty with like small streamers is that they don't have an audience that tells them when their stream is garbage. Like I've been like I'm in a Mahjong community where there are lots of streamers with like 0 to 20 viewers, and then sometimes the stream is absolutely garbage because you miss something, some overlay, or no audio, or something like that, and it's just like you're just wasting your time as streamer as well. We are setting up our thumbnail here. With of course the foreman. The foreman is key here. But we can keep the 16, but we probably just should cut it. There are some upgrades on the 6 here, but they aren't that major anyway.
Each.
Unfortunately, we do have to push the 3-man and we get E-Sunturn, but for now we are not E-Sunturn. We are all slightly
G.
down, but it's basically the 2 cheap deal instead.
Sumo.
Oh my god. This one is hopefully no, yeah, okay, it's 1,000, 2,000. Unfortunately, Easter for our dealership. We have a pretty good hand, I would say. With the piano, it's actually pretty strong. Unfortunately, we do have a floating AK, a floating 3P, and a floating East, which we really want to get the right side from. Like we have a 5P now, but we don't have the Doras here. Now I have a Dora. I really want to get the 1-2, but I don't think it's time yet. It's, like this 5P is just not doing that much anyway. Like it's going to be pawn 5-man into the 5 so in the AK 5 so that is. Uh, But for now, I'm just willing to keep both 5s, the 5 so and the 5-man. It's also because we don't have to change, and if we get like a 4-man, we just got a Pensan, and then we can still get the AK acceptance later on, because soon 2 AK or 2 Toras is 5,800, so it's definitely worth it to try to get the extra Tora in our hand, or the extra upgrade here on the 5-man. If we get upgrade on the 5-man, it's easier to get the Pensan, and then it's easier to upgrade on this on the AK as well. That is why we kind of have to keep the 5-man in combination with the 5. So still, mm, mm, still wondering where my tunes are. If we draw like
Each.
a 3, so are we just hard swapping everything? Mm, I think the 2 so is just better than the. Yeah, I think the Suchi is still the best style here. And then the monster into the 7. Mm, really feel that we have to push, unfortunately. Uh, the thing is, I can't even pawn that, or like I can 5 so into 4, but it's just not worth it. Like we just like it's really unfortunate. Uh,
Kan.
can't really so. Peyton perhaps the most, but the beans aren't safe at all. Like the 5 so is safe. Uh, mm, 8
Don.
so Romeo. They trying to can put it to that, but they have a 350 hand, so they really don't have to reach that at all. It's really unfortunate that there are not like two people at top and we are 1v1 against Kamitsu. Now we have a Toy hand here. They have the cheater if he told the Tora, of course, but we have two Rakuhai, so it's easy pawn here. And then we can even cut this 8 for the towards Rakuhai, but we only really need 2 Rakuhai with the Toito. And we can get the Tora perhaps for 39. Which is like, we definitely don't want to have the 2000 points here. That is really not what we are aiming for here. The Akashi on the right. The 5 months is almost Kabe actually, but it's time to just cut this 8 pin. It feels almost time to just cut this 8 pin here on the right. There's a 5-man Kabe. Pretty sus. Like they have like, I don't, like, look at the pond here on the right. Like, this Aka 5-man is basically 2 Toras because it's next to the 6-man. Really wanted to see if they would have seen that for the Honitsu, but I almost doubt it's Honitsu. Like, we're out of blocks. Like, where do you think their blocks are? Like, it's just,
1
there's only 1 5-star left now. Like, it's 909, so, well, 1 pin. I think 909 is just more accurate. It's like also 1 chance. Because we are still like worried here on the right. Not too much, but we do definitely think we might be dealing in at some point. The north of Mawashi. The thing is with this 6-man is half Shuchi, because it's Kabe. Mm. Oh wait, the 1-man just passed. 1-man just passed, so it's an easy 4-man. I didn't see that. One chance. Like, we know that Simotsa doesn't have the 5 shows, and then Kami's all the time has the last 5 shows. So still pretty spooky. How are we running out of safe tiles here? I guess like the 6-man isn't the worst here. But it is still there's a last screen here. And the last 7 show as well. We have a 6-9 pin there. Kinda of for secundes. The scores are still close enough here. There's 1300 in the middle. Our hands won't get more variable by any means. We can definitely keep this 8. So we are not rummaging this. Keeping the door acceptance, keeping the Haku as stanky or draw a pair for more value. The one so was kept for the connect 4 shape, the run K 1 2 3 4 for the head later on, but it's really not that variable, especially now once we have a pair. Like, if we needed any hand, we would have pumped, yeah, but like, yeah, just exposing ourselves way too much. I think we are just fixing this ramen. If we do like a 6 or 7 pin, I might have kept it. Because if we keep the pair, we also have Tora acceptance. But just because we have two very bad concerns, I think we can keep all the shapes like this. We can pair up something else later on. We unfortunately can't really do anything here except for trying to fold. But it's basically a push because we don't have safe stars. The Nakatsuchi is pretty safe, especially with the Tora Riichi. We have to see the 6 month. Oh, never mind. We have to take them by, like we just don't have safe towers here. Uh, don't really care about this scene here, or like we don't have any towers here that are safe. Uh, One tower is good enough against two Riichis, but there are still pretty high chance of getting screwed here. 8-man Suchi West, Sompa. Wait, is Sompa? Yeah, I'm pretty. Wait, it's safe against Storm. Oh my god, I'm so blind. I'm actually so blind. Just skipping that, and then we can 6-man or 7-pin. We can still Mawasi, but the social space he overwritten, and someone will just win. Really, almost a Sansuku. They are like if they had some if there wasn't a Riichi there, they definitely would have or like they would have had the Sanskrit chance way better, which was way better, but ultimately they probably take the Ramanji. We are just going to lose this because Hansan. It's really unfortunate. It just wasn't our Hansan. He got in onto impossible hands where we couldn't really defend. It was a 1300 and a 2000 point hand, and then some people just zoom out.
ポン
Um, so like it's not really my problem, I think. Or like my problem is that we are losing like rank points. But don't think we are played ultra bad or anything here. That is interesting. I think we just slide here. Like I really want to get rid of this Naiman. Like any acceptance is good here. Even throwing the 8-man is good. Like it's not like that we have another more useful Tao anyway.
ポン
It's just really unfortunate we are just way too slow here with this Spence on card. Probably still E something, just judging by the cards. Because they probably would have got the other way if they were tempered there, but like doesn't look too pretty for us. Like this 1 pin still
1
accept some towers, unfortunately it is not safe here on the right. With this Kansan.
1
Uh, Ew. This is
スモ
so stupid. And of course the Ipatsuma, it just doesn't help us at all. Like it's actually very bad because we don't have the West extension anymore. Basically we needed to win this hand anyway, and then we need to win
ポ
a
ン
couple of more. There's another seed win pawn here. Uh, I've
ポン
been basically AFK, or like the hands that we had, we just dealt in. Like someone just won earlier, like that is kind of hard. Not a lot of deal ins from the other players at all. Like it's just a lot of simmers.
ポン
Oh my god, please stop it. We actually have a good fighting hand here, which can easily turn out Tora, which is pretty fast as well, but there are already 3 cores with the Rakuhai. And we are still discarding honors here. We are about to see like a 3-pin, and then we are ultra sad, but we are just never winning here. This Nightmare not ideal. Can we queue next game already? Can we be in the queue for next game?
2
Yeah, ultra sad goal. Ultra sad.
ポン
Yeah, we need like 5 turns at least for some tempo is, and then we need another like 5 turns to win. Like we are just way too slow here, but
1
we did get a cheese here on the left, but we still don't have our fifth block here because we are going for Nakashi Mangan here. 5
1
circuits. Oh my god, so many useless stars here which just don't connect. We are about to pull like an 8-pin as
4
well because there's nothing here for us. And they actually pulled the 6 there. Uh, I guess, okay, but it honestly doesn't really matter. We just died. it is like really like the difference between Houou and say like people are just fast, so people also want to win their heads. Like it's not like the local rate, or not the local rate, but especially the local rate. It's I think 34, 35 in Hull, while it's like 32 in Shade Room, and even in Throne Room, it just doesn't reach the level. It just doesn't reach the level of Hull for sure, unless you're playing with like four Celestials. But like Celestial is like you're just playing against, if you're ranking up in CH room, it's like every celestial is, and then like your skill doesn't, your celestial doesn't mean that much, or it's not like a license or a certificate for skill. It is like, well, if you play Tokuso to hold is surely uh, way harder. Well, like I won't say 7 down is harder than Celestial, but just the opponents are harder in Tokyo than Sage. And like if you, I don't even know if I would rather play Tokyo than Throne Room. I do think Throne Room is slightly stronger than Tokyo, but you have people like if you're having those Saint ones, but like it is. I think Throne Room is slightly stronger than Tokyo regardless, but. Uh, It's basically kind of like Tokyo without a weak forearms. You do have to wait sometimes like 5 minutes. So if you have to go to the toilet or have to get some food or some drinks, just do it in between the hands rounds. Can't really manage my ads with 5 minute delay. I can't do it, but it's so much harder because I have to watch the stream as well. Um, that's the skill Tom pushing as well. It's kind of the problem with like playing at this time, especially during the week. We face a 9 down, I think it's the same one, and then the 7 down. Did they win last game? Because they have similar R as the last one. The last one was 2166. No, they never gained 8 R, so it's not the same one. And then we have an 8 down which we didn't face. So that he finally, or like we have been getting strong hands, but. Uh, like this one looks pretty good. He'll do something painful, but likely just Riichi tutorials. Because will be cutting the 9-7, so he'll if we get a ramen up throw, of course. And if we get the 8 star, we can go 4-man for the painful tutorials. The 8 star here looks good across. But I think we can just Sumo-Kiri this for 1 3-man. Like if it's all like a 3-man ourselves, we can still got a 9-7 star and then throw like a pair in the other suits here. 4-man. It is double move Shutsi. Mm, it's just tough because I know the win rate on 4-man is better, and then you have to push the same out twice, but the Ipatsution makes it probably not worth it. And wait, it's also Tiro Ricci, but we 1 2 3. I think we could still push, but it probably wasn't as close. It was probably very close on the push or fault. Yeah, I don't think it was that obvious of a push. Hmm. I think we could have still pushed, but they pushed the Suchi. They tried to defend here on the right, and they got squished here on the -12k on the Suchi trap. Uh, Mm, mm, het is 5 zo stoere. Het is 5 zo stoere. Otherwise, it's just an easy 5 man here. Then fish what the 6-9 man to get a 4-7 ramen. Cutting the 5 and do the 8 if you get a pair 6-9 man. But we are just stuck on this stoere. On the yeah, and this sort of won't be pushed here. So this south might actually be a mistake, but like yeah. Mm, like the thing is, this east is fine, but then this 5 so on tempo is just never good. Or like Kamita has to drop a 5 so before, and then you need to throw like a 7 pin, like for other in order it to be worth it. So I might as well just drop the 6 pin there as all, even on like east something. Like we can cut it here because it's safe. So we take less chances still. And they, of course, oh my god, it's almost Sionko here, but they Simo the stupid double to the Iteka. Like if it was like a Riichi Nomi, they would have definitely waited for the Sananko Sionko there, especially if they weren't waiting on the Turas there. Well, is the double east west on the right? We are still 12k ahead of Simotsa because they died on the Suchi Ipats east one here. Uh, Need to have 3 pairs, no value. Like Painful is pretty hard. You're mostly just concerned about Kamitsa here because there is some world where Shimotsa just steals into the Mangan again, right? Here on the left. It's not that likely to be 11-6, but it could technically be 7,700. But our hand is basically over. Our hand is basically over here, so we are not pushing this hand at all. Against this double ease with those scores, it just doesn't make any sense. This 5-star is now half Suchi. But our hand is basically gone, so with this 14 pawn, even with the double ease, it's just basically over for us. But we knew that already. If Kami just Simos, it's fine. It might be the saved out card as well, so it is what it is. Only if the 2 5 so pass. Oh no, May Sansuku. We would have gotten the Sansuku actually if uh, we but it was too hard I think anyway. Yeah, just happy to Mawashi here on this fashion. It is just that this top for east with those scores, it might just end in east one here. They are luckily not feared on any social here. The 4 is of course the best, but because this is a diamond and with the 5 take Flashy with the 7 card 5-6-6. The 7 should usually be still safe. Mm. Just pretend that we're folding here with the Karakiri 5. We really don't need Tempai at all. Also, interesting. Well, I just have to check. I need to focus. Or like on Mahjong Soul, I'm approaching the tips, so I can't do it here. The Ipatsuma is too strong for the Hanuman on the for the Hanuman, and then yeah, like yeah. Ipotsimos have been pretty strong this today here. This is only the second Hansan. We have a double East here. It's really interesting though because we don't have our final block though. And if we pawn, we are definitely cutting one of the pins for the 7 shoulder for the yeah East something here. It is almost dead. And we can just pawn the double East, get 5,800 here, right? keeping the 17 for some good chances. Like there's our pawn,
Boom.
and we can just 17 here, and then the hand just plays itself basically. But like on the sun school, we don't need a double east per se. Uh,
C.
mm, let's cut this 9. So like the thing is, we don't really want to have our final weight on the 8 or 9. So but on the 7, so we do want to take the 5-8 here. Uh, we do want to take the 5-8. Like usually it's 8 so into 9 so here, but on the 7 so we do want to take the 5-8 instead of the 4-7. The call leg is actually pretty good here. For what is H, because people know that we have completed social shape. Like people know that we have completed social shape, so this H, like the H is slightly too far away, but most of the time the social would be way better if there's score like on the social. But it's only a hole. Uh, the 9 down is like the only one knowing that.
Each.
It's 36, which is like half there, but probably better than this 8. So Tanky. It's just unfortunate. The weight is like 3 tiles versus 3 tiles here. Uh, but we can't really cut the 6, so well, we could directly cut this 8, so but we just have to trust on the ramen, right? Trust in ramen. Wait, is it 4 tiles? Wait, it's actually 4 tiles instead of the 3 that I thought. 1, 2. Yeah, there's two of each. I thought there was only 1 3 left. 4, 5. I think I just take the safer route here. Yeah, yeah. The weight quality is definitely worse, but the tiles are kind of the same.
Long.
7 so tanky. Garbage player. Like the thing here is, like
Boom.
the 7 so is sushi. But the thing is, it's one hand as well. Like, and you
Boom.
rather like if you have a cheap hand, you rather get the higher win rate on some with more value as well. Like you can easily get a
Boom.
pink food there or something nice. Hmm. Like it's just so unnecessary. Like if you have 2 Torahs, you can pull that shit off. But with 1 or with 0, it's just not ideal. Especially when you're down like 10k here or 11k. Like at the night my deal for sure, but like I just don't think was that worth it. Foreman, yeah. At least we're not the dealer here, and like if they win, it's not. It's actually pretty good if they win the manga here. Mm, can be still a lot of things. Like it is one Nijman
Boom.
pawn. Can still be a lot of spooky stuff. With the Toto, Honoto, Hund, or technique there. So we definitely don't want to full send it here into tournament. That's why we also don't. The 6 Soto. Do we? It's just so it's just
C.
too choosy. It's too choosy. But I'm not sure about what we will do next. But I just can't resist it. Nankat. Seventeen was better though. But I guess we have like two accepted this.
Sumo.
It's like this game here is bye bye. It's a full Paimon, and it's enough. It's enough. Wow, damn, well played. But like it's so Sangun, uh, Honoroto, who needs there, uh, like yeah, like we just knew like. or like it,
Boom.
like the Paimons and like the Hanumans are so realistic there. So it was luckily we didn't have to push there because we would have just easily paid like this one pin isn't the best card here. But, we would have easily paid like the 8k there on the on the Shima or even on the deal in like we would have just if we were dealer we would have just straight out into that on the if we were Shimotsa there. There's just nothing that I could do. 5 into 3 here. We also have some cheatoids, perhaps. Of course, the Thunder Painful is preferred here. Here's having got the 5 man into the 3 here, not the other way around, because of Shimotsa being open. The Fang also is interesting, but I don't think it really changes much. The 9 cell is dying. So we can actually cut the 8 here. For the 4 pin, but there are only 2 4 pins. Probably just have to pawn it for 1 hand. Yeah, it's probably 100. Or like it's not 100. We have 1 dollar, but just
Each.
calling it for a seat. But against the Riichi, we can definitely leave fold.
Boom.
Yeah, like it's Nakatsuchi, like it's pretty okay here with the 5 so early as well. I do think we have like a Sotokawa 2 pin
Clunk.
here, and there's now a gun. You have like 5 so if things go south here, or the 4 shows now.
Sumo.
2 5 man there. They almost have the total, but they decided to run and see this 5 for me. Honitsu time? Yeah, it's probably Honitsu time here. The average win tune is so low, and today, like, it has been like row 1 and row 2 wins, like it's kind of fake. Like the 6 of 16 14 is like we definitely want to just Honitsu this. We are east on them, but it's definitely better to just predict for Riichi Haku here. We just don't want to make too suspicious here.
Boom.
Never mind. Early because like Shimoza will be opening way earlier. If we got middle toss early, they will just know like turn 1 if we have a Honitsu hand. It will be kind of sad if we can stop this and like if it was later, I would definitely just take Tempai, but the weight is garbage here as well. The 3 man, and we can sabo it. I could have skipped here, but we still lacked a little bit of monster, I think. Or I think now after the Hakupon, it's probably just a nan. Like I don't think you're giving up the 3-sided weight with 367.
Kan.
No, not the white, not the white,
Chi.
not the Haku. But we can have Honitsu. Like we don't need the Haku here, of course. But we were already Tempai, mind you. They didn't see that. They didn't. Oh no. Okay. They are certainly Tempai on here on this. I knew it was Golek, but they didn't call it. So Lumla. Okay, friendly player, but it's still Han. It's still Han. This is also like people can just go for T. We did kind of agree. We did. It was still early. I didn't put them on like the Honitsu. But perhaps it's my fault because we had like all the monsters, so they probably had a different suit there. And we are like suspicious. Mm, we are unsuspicious. Concern goals there. I knew it was sus on the 4 pin Golek and then see the 3 pin there. I knew it was kind of sus. This is the says no place here. We don't regret this one man card at all. The double is still king there. 16, please, or like, is 16 the best roll here? Nah, it's probably 7 1 or 5. So
4
sometimes the upgrades are better than the upgrades are just better than the tempers. But we can definitely
ポン
Tama if we do like the 7 because I'm just very skeptical about this 6 9. So
ポン
uh we are we are just dealing in on the show. Yeah, we are just dealing in on the show. So, yeah, we are just dying here. 2 hand, 1 hand. It's a ramen tea. It's also a ramen tea. Do they have like two doors? But it's pretty tough for them to have 2 doors. I guess they are just viewers, so they don't need the value there on the ramen tea. Like this is where the stats really do matter. The weight is so
1
crappy, but we have 2 Torahs and we are dealers. But yeah, they didn't come here on the right. Classic no come. The weight is ultra crap. Like the 7 1 Scott is better than this fully life 5. Uh, yeah, I just didn't trust in like the 6 9 so, and now we have like a console 5 so, but like with 2 Torahs you can't go wrong. Not a stealer. Like even if there was like a Torah HO here on the right, it would still be Riichi. Like if there was a pawn of Torahs, uh, the 5 man Nakasuchi on the right. I do think
3
it's
も
so true, right? Yeah, the D6 was pretty sus still. They looked in the pair there with the 2 pins. One Torah here. It's another Hunitsu here. We are about to die here again. Well, it's only eastward, but it's still the 4th place incoming because we are not like the strongest player in Houou anymore.
ポン
We are not the strongest. This 9 choice is perfectly legit. The 4 show would be more difficult because we're destroying all the acceptance in the lower social by pulling that as well. Uh, it's also that the Torah is Dragon here, so we have Torah acceptance. We actually have 1 Torah already, so we are also like forcing people to not throw the Torah here. It's kind of like the last Honitsu against Honichi on the right, but they dropped it on Tempai. And we didn't have it. We didn't have it. The 6 months would be still pretty fine to push here. Famous last words, but I don't see it dealing into anything.
ポン
You should probably not pawn this, but we are just trying to make them question their life decisions here. Or not that, but like we are bluffing our needs because our hand is just way too bad. Like it destroys our entire hand to pawn this. But like our opponents don't know it. Like our opponents don't know that we don't have the Doras. And, don't tell them. Don't tell my opponents. The problem here is that honors aren't good here on the right. Or like, have you seen their hand there? They have a 19 there. That also means that they likely have the Dora. Well, technically the tunes, but the Dora is definitely more scary there. But we have a bluff here. It's not non-serious hand here. Uh, like, we are not even pushing the tune here. There's no way to push the tune here. Like the thing is, if we don't have the Torah, where are those? They can actually be across instead of here on the right,
ポン
but we don't want to take the 50-50 if it goes into Torment or into Shimutsa. Like we don't want to take the risk. if it goes into tournament instead of Shimotsa. This east was kinda push, but it was safe against tournament. Because we all only care about that. 7p. Let's cut this 8, so.
Wrong.
Wait, Nani? Oh my, no, oh my god. No way. No way. Oh my god, didn't. Oh my god. I guess we found it. Well, I guess we found the Torahs. Oh my god. The stupid one-sums. Oh man, like it's. Oh my god. How did we deal in, like. It didn't even spot it. I was so convinced that the tunes and then the greens were. Mm, it's just that we are down too much. We missed it, see. Yeah, we missed it, see. Ah, dude, it's just so garbage that we found the Torah still. Uh, we found the where the Torahs were. Yeah, we stepped this the repeat, see. Ah, let's try to focus again. Let's try to be a whole player. Cosplay as a whole player. You're cosplaying, pretending that we are the whole here, but the 2 pin was just got here. The 3 pin is now kinda weak of it, see, because we losing one of the Torahs here. And we are down like 6,000, or like we are down way too much here because we just got into the manga.
Each.
Damn, that got goes my hands here. Like the 4 pin is pretty safe here, and then we can technically pawn it out. We can pawn the 2 pins. We can technically pawn the 7 here.
Home.
The Kami's also in. Like with the Torah being pushed there,
Home.
it's just like way easier to push here. But like I know the Kami's is pushing here as well. Like we need a Torah from someone, but this will be still tough, of course. It will be still tough. Like we are look at like the 5/8 man here, and then just take the Sabo and then try to sumo or room or something like that. 5/8 man doesn't. It's just okay. Like it's there it is. And now we have a Kamputse wave, but it's unfortunate that his H-star isn't safe here on the right at all. But otherwise, he would have a great hand.
Wrong.
Yeah, this was kind of the last sushi there. Yeah, mm, yeah, could be fault there. Like the real stars, of course. I don't know if he can actually fault that there. Because I know that we can push very strong there. Like it's just stuff being lost here as well. But we are just dying here non-stop. Like we knew like they do the Torah, so it's
Home.
slightly cheaper on average. But you're getting the reality check here in her. Yeah, like the vest here on the left. Or you're getting some tunes on Santa
See.
hands. Oh my god, another 9 pin. This is such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea. Especially against an open hand here on the right. You definitely have to practice more. I need to play more Tenhou to get better. We just need to play more Tenhou, and now we might as well try to force the 3900 because we have been thinning in like way too much. Also on cheaper hands. The 16 was just it was a pretty strong. It was like very strong there on the right. It was KB 17, but like well like no Suchis left there. This 2-man is Suchi against us, but it like the thing is our hand doesn't look that scary. Like the honors might be scarier, but skip, 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 skip the room. Skip the room here.
Kang.
We wait no we wait there are now 3 dollars. Oh my god, we can't into the oh my god. Like the convoluted. They got soon here. They are afraid of something. I'm not sure, but I don't think they are
Eight.
tempeh. But I know that they have $3. Also Kabe. Dude. I think we just push this. Like
Chi.
Kaiten pretty okay. The cheater the national height. Which is probably cool. Or like we have horrible weight. And then we one P was height. They have all my 2 months. They were actually tempeh. They are going for the Tandao Mawasi. They built the wrong side there. I think they killed the Atusuke, but
Each.
they killed the wrong side there on the Atusuke. They had the 3-pin tunes Sabo, and then they killed the 3 pin, and then they got Tune until 4-pin for the lower pins. Wait. Unfortunately, we don't have much more than the Tapori, but like we can't be complaining about the Riichi, and we roamed here, and then we just need some Uras. Ah, wait, how are we like only
One.
2-6 behind? We were like 10k behind, and now we only 2k or 2.6. I guess they paid 3k on Rikuku, which is like 4k difference, and then we stole all the sticks. Or the other 3k, and then we only 3k behind.
Chi.
Yeah, like I was not going to pawn I was not going to pawn the monster here, but this is a clear pawn here.
Chi.
No, Shimotsa, come on, stop it. Like this east, but like just let them win. It's just game over anyway. Like it's like we it's like a 1v1 here. Like we basically have to win the all hand because Dortmund has 3 calls already. Uh, it's just slightly too mediocre. I hope that we can upgrade one more time. It's not painful, so it's not too bad.
Each.
Like we do have to instant save this,
Each.
unfortunately, but once got 4 pin. Yeah, like it won't get much better anyway. Like the 2 pin is such a much no upgrade anyway. But I just try to Tama run and then tonight tournament and then most likely run tournament and because this 4 pin console is such a like I don't know, like the 16 is ideal of course, but like I don't know if we have the same way, but like if they have a 4 pin way, they have a 7 pin as well. There for the ramen. There's just no point in cutting the 1 pin from a 135 if you don't have the
Four.
AK basically. Uh, the 2, 3, 4, 5. They couldn't even deal into me. Like even if we retreat earlier, like they would have just stayed still, unfortunately. But, but mm, we still have the painful Tora out here, but it is good here. The 8-mon is key is the key tower. We can keep the south here. I don't know. I think if we do like a south bill, we are not going to cut 6-7 mon. For the Zonta sons. I think the Tora pin is better. Mm-hmm. 5-mon is kind of because it's more painful. We need the Ura, or we need to direct hit with the Ura. If we can then we need a Sumo or Ura as well if we get the 8-mon, but uh, painful Tora. Tama Sansaku, Tama on the
Boom.
Tora. Be enough? No, it's not enough. Oh my god, it's not enough. Needed one more Tora there. So painful. Like we kinda got direct on the Mongon and we that HRTO in there was so ultra painful. It was like this Honitz on the left because I thought like I did think the tunes were on the left, but I thought Torment had honors as well. Because I don't think they have Raku. Perhaps we had like a lone green dragon and going for a Kaiten test. It's just kinda that our bluff Hunitze didn't work out because someone had Hunitze in the same suit and then we just died. The 17 wasn't that dangerous as well. Bad stream so far, losing all my rank points right here. Let's try to go to the toilet before we get a game. Let's see, here still 3 out of 20 here. It's just so painful that we just lost to Fluffs and we just didn't have stood any chance. We had some chances, but we just couldn't. Uh, basically have that in and the Mangansimas, way too strong. Of those 2300 games here, I think 1600 are in Houou, but I have to check that. Katarina again. It's now 9 I need to check that. I have only 900 games in Houou. So not that much actually. I thought it was more. I thought I had over 1000 games. With this white second, this 18 just can go, and then the 8-man, or the other way around. But I think we want to have the pair
Boom.
here, so I think the 18 is should be cut first, but it's basically almost the same. It just depends on which 6 you want you to roll.
Boom.
We might be on some Hataka donkey here. We kind of have to just spawn this foreman for some turtle out as well. We do have a pretty clunky hand here. You can keep this for a month while not the donkey, but we can get some monthly acceptance now. There are some monthly acceptance, but
1
why do we have an east in our hand here? Teriman, Kami. Are we getting clapped again? Okay, we are not. 1, 2, 3, 4. We really tried to just get the 3-man here on the left for the 2-5 throw, but it just didn't happen. So we are out here on this 8 throw, and we did push an east here, but the thing is we might still be dealing in here, like the 4-man is now pretty safe here. We still have to push. We still have to push, and probably just take the 8 so donkey here.
1
Like we don't have any tiles, so just going for the win rate on this sushi here, and yeah, it's just like the same deal in. Like we are just never going to win on this whopping donkey. I don't know. I think it's okay because it's Riichi City, but of course, like dealing in it's just luckily just C, but could have been disaster, of course. Please give me like a 6 sub for the Sansaku. We have a Dora here, which is pretty interesting. Or like we still need a save, so it's not too bad. If we do like an 8 so here, we can just got a 6-1 here, or if we do like a, or like we will got a Dora if you get 8-9 so here, but
相撲
Sumo 1300, it's more expensive than my deal in here. With some honor draws, there is definitely some Honichi here, but the Thunder Pinful is just perfectly fine, so we are definitely not forcing it by any means here. We might have a Cheetoids, but we can figure that out later if we do enough pairs. We don't want to keep the one Scott honors here. We just want to get good saves here and deny the honors for our opponents as well, because we want a slightly slower close hand as well. We technically do already have 5 blocks right here, but they aren't the best, and we're definitely not going to see the ramen here, our best save. The thing is, we might have to see like a social here, but hopefully we don't. Yeah, like the social and the pawn here, it's probably just kind of flush pawn. Even with those hands, like with the Tito out, you can perhaps skip slightly more, but uh, just a bad shape course of kind of mandatory. If you do like a 3-man, I would be more inclined to create it, but we do have overlap on the 5-man here. Uh, it really depends. If we get like an E something here, we can create, but I can do something. We just have to get to E something with a pawn or to C, and then we can like here, and then we can decide here on E something if we want to go for the Riichi
1
Ipeko Thunder, or if we want to just open and yikes, yikes. Oh my god, it's so scuffed. Like I guess like 17 is pretty safe, but I want like the Suchi count is low enough for me to just push it here with my Tandao AK here. No way, the 16 tears in, right? No way that this Nakatsuchi tears in over this moose monster here. Um, Tsuchi count and just things in general just makes me more willing to push more things styles and do the e-pot turns. Like in how, like in when I was starting to play this game, basically. Uh, I never really wanted to take the risk. But if you know, like deal in rates, and it's actually becoming way more pushable for sure. The types become way more pushable for sure. Uh, Classic, but really unfortunate. But we did have two stars that we have to push. So one chance is not basically a non-factor here.
Chi. Chi.
1, 2, 2 fives. We have the high T now, but we kinda don't want. We just try to fish for tempai, 1 turn. We just try to fish for tempai, but uh, we didn't get it. It was a 5-8 man, yeah. Uh, I'm also not playing for avoidance in how I'm just trying to maximize
Ton.
my points. 6, 7, 8 turns here. Everything is Rakuhai 2 times, so the order doesn't really matter. We can keep the Rakuhai for ourselves here, but it just goes here. 4 pin is pretty good here. 7 man probably preferred. Northgard there. If you was my Mahjong Soul teams,
Ton.
these games here are going way faster. Unfortunate on the Ipeco here, but we have 5 so double acceptance, which isn't great. We have like
Peach.
Aurora acceptance on this 2 pin. Yikes. We have like the Sunschool on the 6 man, Dora, Toros on this 2 pin. Uh, the count is still low. There is a card base
Ton.
7. And there's a run here on the, oh my god, it's almost 11-6 there. But luckily we didn't die on the 6 man. We would have died on the 6 man. If we do like a Dora there, we are not going to reset this, but there's no dirt west here. Uh, we would have just died there on the 5-8. Yeah, no problem. We have been dying a lot today. 2 fourths in the third place. I know that I had some internet issues like in the last 5 minutes, but there's nothing that I could really do. I just also saw too late. But there's mediocre 7 man acceptance, double 7 man acceptance. There's never a Sansaku, so don't bother with the sniping. You can keep it here on the right for defense. We gotta get a ramen here on the 3 pin roll, which is only one tile, but like this 7 man double acceptance isn't like great. But yikes, no. South. It just has to be 2 pin. If it was like a good floater here, I might go south here, but
Ton.
like the 2 pin is just too weak here from sure, certainly, but
Chi.
we might top a Dora later on, like 6 man there. But they don't have Dora, or like they can still have Doras, but I think what they have is a lot of pin tiles. And we, mm, I think we are actually nan here, and then we are trying to get 2 dollars in our hand. That is the idea. Now we can fix the 8 man as a pair, and now we can just look in the second Torah here. Uh, no, not the Nans. Nan green pawn, yeah, like this 6 pin and this 4 are both such a liability here. Like there's no point in. Oh, they had a clean pair out there, so this 4 is still kind of okay, but like without our tempo, it's just not like without getting the 7 pin, it's basically uh, not going to happen. It's only a donkey, so it's probably fine here.
ドン
They are definitely tempo there. It's no doubt. And the question is, do we push this war zone? On the 7 pin, I think yes, but on the other side, probably no. Mm. Really want to cut 1 2 man here, but I probably the south is the best here. Better cut than the green was cut. Okay, perfect here. We have an eastern. Yes, we have an eastern in here. It's a. Just, nah, we can just break. I was like, do we have 2 Torahs? But after 8 man card, we don't have 2 Torah. So we can actually break here. This 9 so is garbage here. But like we might still have a Torah tank. Now on the 5 pin, we are just swapping the 39 pin with a bonus 6 pin. The 6 pin is bonus, but it's basically a 39 pin bet on the 5 pin to roll.
1
Mm, mm, just not a fan of this hand now. That's just
Don't.
such. Wait, it deals in. Oh my god. Really? Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Really untouchable. Like we will eat something there. We have been thinking into some Riichis and into some open hands, but most of them were cheap today. And then the Damaten for 8k, Lures me, and Tayote, and my fourth play, and my rank points, and my rank points, not to forget. Uh, you had a Nakatsuchi 5, so what is Nakatsuchi Riichi Shuchi 14? And like we just have to go for a win rate, and then the social upgrades are definitely stronger than. Um,
ポン
we will be pulling the 3 pin here, especially if it comes from Toyman, but even if comes from Shimutsa, we kind of know what Kaimita has there, and we can easily deny them the 3 pins, the 3 6 pin Shuchi here. We unfortunately, I guess 2 pin, like one chance here. But it also kind of kills our like our door acceptance, but I think it's still fine here. Like otherwise it's 6 to 5, so but here we are just
ポン
it's now 1 so it's probably okay. It's Uncle Suchi does. But we have a ramen here.
ドン
Finally some good hand that we won. Finally one of our only pushers that have won. I wonder how long the delay is. Oh my god, I dropped so many frames. But I can still play the game, it is like the key aspect. But I've been dropping way too many frames. I'm sorry for that. I just. Mm, yeah, it's just one month. Like we have a tunnel to Torahs with Torah acceptance here. With the such good chance on the 4 pin roll. Like it, we can just go for tunnel here. Like 6 Riichi City. 4 pin. 4 pin is interesting though. Let's go to 7 pin for this 6 month, 7 month here. Nah, wait, there's a 9 month. Not the best card. Like it's just like 2 9 pins, and it well like he control like a 5 pin.
1
Yeah, the 7 pin cards. Not paying that much attention. He also featured on the lower months. But we can't get like 2 social shapes, right? And then 2 pin
1
shapes. Easy, right?
つも
Oh my god, Ipatsimo again. With the Dora and no Yura, no Yura, no Yura. Damn, we had such a good hand from the start. Yeah, but good hand. Yeah, it's definitely good, I would say. Especially with this one pin pill. It's definitely good. Of course, announce, you know. The Honich isn't necessary, but we kind of have a Honich hand. But we don't have to aggressively cut 8-9 here. But they will likely be cut. Yeah, let's cut this. Like, it is unfortunately that we have enough value without this, but this is not doing anything in our hand anyway. Uh, like, might hide our hand slightly that we have the nans because he have on each, but there's just no point in keeping it with this hand where we have like all like 7 honors or something like that. He can keep like a 5 month for acceptance for the South Dora 4. My 7 so. The thing is, the honors are so contested here. They are ultra contested. But we have like for our pincher shapes here, so there isn't really that much like why do we have a west here instead of an east?
1
Why do we have a 5 star here in our hands? We have to full fold this anyway now. You're trying to fake that we are not on each or something, I don't know.
つも
Oh my god, Ipachimos. Stop it, stop it. At least you're not hitting the Uras, but at least they are not hitting the Uras. We have our Souths back, but they aren't doing that this time. But it's going to be. We can skip it. We can technically skip it with our hands. Yeah, I think we're skipping the Souths. We just want our 5th block, and then perhaps like get another ramen here with the 3 man, got a Nam pair for painful. Like the thing is, one hand like keeps us within like 4 frames, and
1
here we can just Riichi on the Sabo, and then get the Ipotse here on the Moscat. Very safe as well. Kind of unlucky for Shimotsa, but this is also kind of the reason why you skip. Because the Moscat honors are very safe, and they will be capped, and then you get the Ipotse. Like if we had like some pet blocks, 5 blocks, definitely bomb it here. We can also make our hand work without the south. This is like the key indicator for me to pawn it or not. If you can't win without the Rakuhai, you just pawn it. You can always fold later. But if you can get some painful hands where you can drop the honor, just pass it. Or like sometimes you just have to pawn it, but it's just easier to to pass it if you don't need it. If you have a thunder backup, if you have a painful backup. We have like a Mongol lead here on the left. We have lost Tito, which really sucks. So we are still within Mongol sumo range. With with these scores in all last. But we technically also have like a almost like a Mongol sumo for first on our Tito, but we are just forcing the thunder out here with this 9s into 7, so cut.
1
Um, let's just let's cut this green because we do lose a lot of acceptance if we just got this 6. Uh, there's just nothing here for our hand. Like if we can keep some safe touch would be perfect. But here I do think we are the first, or not the first to eat something, but I do think currently we have a good sort of winning the hand. And after a tournament got like 17 here, we will be keeping some safe towns. I'm still searching for something. Let's got this 8 here. I do think they are close, so
1
let's keep this 7 cell for tournament. Let's keep it for tournament because I do think they will be pressing the Riichi very soon. Uh, North looks very safe. And unfortunately, we do have this cup with 7 man. I don't know what tournament is cooking though. Because they still seems to be searching for something. There's another 7 man. Kami 7 man?
1
Yeah. Hopefully we don't
1
deserve to get.
相撲
No. Stop the Ura, stop the Ura. Prevent the Ura. Okay, luckily they didn't hit the Ura. We have been getting kind of lucky that people can't hit the Uras. But like a lot of very early Shimos. Uh, we have the double shove here for 1 hand. Yeah, not 1 hand. Like the double shove is always 2 hand. Well, uh, but it's basically 2 hand. Perhaps a Samsuku, but the Samsuku is tough. Uh, mm, yeah, nah, we are not cutting the Nan Nan here. I'm thinking about the social ramen versus the 2P, but just let's go this way. If we get like a Fragment here, we can sometimes Nan Nan here. Uh, but 3900 is basically the cheap info thumbnail, or getting just an Akatora with a southbound basically. For now, I think we just have to cut the 2 pin here. If we had like Cinco Rokuhai, I would probably just just cut like the Tune pair or like any other Raku pair for thumbnail painful, but the double subs are just way too strong. And then if we get our painful, we will got a Nance here now. Yeah, no, Tsushima Kiri. Like here again, like we can easily go to south here. We can easily go to south. Just 7. Some good chance if it's all like a 6 pin. Mm, yeah, it's like a 6 pin into a 3 pin card. For the Sansuku. Mm,
ポン
yeah, Mochi. They got to Hakus here.
ポン
I actually thought Toyman had it instead of Shimotsa. Uh, but here we have Elton being confirmed, but the 2 man is dead.
1
The 2 man is dead, which is really sucky. Uh, Like if the some school was
Chi.
more confirmed, or like it can't be 100% confirmed, but uh,
Chi.
then it's easier to cut the 6 into the 3. But here we are on a pen on 5 man here with 1 hand. It's really sad that because we had like the double south here. And for 2 hand basically, but we are mochi mochi, so we can't really win on it. Uh, It seems fine. Honestly seems too fine. Like just I don't know what people are waiting on. That's the issue. Like the 6 man on the left and then the social on the other two players. That is the most dangerous. But the Tora has been cut, so we can't fault this and ever. We are not allowed to fault this because the Yukaku is just way too strong. This also North card. Uh, the tournament should be in Kamita properly as well. Wait, tournament not on the 6 man. Did they take? Oh, it's safe against me. Hmm, I don't know. I don't know if they couldn't have had anything safe though. But the 1,500 points here. Yeah. It's all pretty okay here. Like we also are within Manganshima range in all last every Manganshima. If we stay like 4K ahead, it's probably fine. We don't have to cheat this. We definitely don't have to cheat it because after the pawn queen jack and we are having had, let's say, like if we
Reach.
already had a pair, we are just more willing. We kind of forced to cheat it, but we don't have a pair yet. I mean, unfortunately, we are too slow here, even with this pawn. So we have to afford this, which is really painful here, especially against the person who will be overtaking us. that they will be just uh, going to overtake us. But it is what it is. Better not deal in mitigate the damage here. Um, 8 months. It's just all the social like it's so bad. Like it looks pretty good, and they only look here on the right, and then you know that you just can't push it. Like looking at the social and then realizing we have enough safe tiles here, copying KB here, and then it's so tempting, especially on this constant field on this 18. One shot on the 4, so KB 4, so but we are just chilling here on the 1 pin here. Everything is almost one chance, but the 9 pin should be pretty safe here, and then what? Then KB dead as well. Uh, KB 4 man and KB 4, so
Sumo.
and that's what you oh my god, no. At least it's not a 5 man. At least it's not a 5 man, but it's a oh my god. So scarred. Oh my god, we are just full farming today. We might be having a road to hoe soon as well. I don't know which account I will be grinding. I think this one because I still have premium, but I might switch over to the other one. We have such a mediocre hand which we can't really open and like okay, that is good, but let me keep the name here. Hmm.
Pom.
Some very
Pom.
speculative toy here with this extra man for the toy double look ahead. Honitsu seems pretty impossible here as well. We do like a 3 man, well, something like that. We are trying to get the toy. there it might be. Let's cut this, and then we will be. I have 4 man in the 2 man. Yeah, the 3 man is actually one of the better tiles still, because the 4 man is dead, and then the 2 man is one squad, and then the right tank would be technically best because it's one more Han. I think we are pretty happy here
Boom.
on this 4 man, 2 man cut. Not looking too suspicious on the 3 mans for sure. Unfortunately, we don't have a 9-pin weight, but it is what it is. We do have extra fuel here,
Cool.
just deal in from second, but it's kind of like it's good, but it's slightly not enough. It is not enough. This hand is enough with Ura, or like we need Riichi Ura with the Dora here. Still some good chances. This 5-pin unfortunately ruins all my chances good. Like on the 6-pin, we are not take the fury turn. We are not happy about the fury turn. We just got this 7-pin for the extra door acceptance on the 6. Yeah, what an option to keep the 2-pin here. For like 3-pin for the pin through, but it's just really not worth it. If we can get the sun school instead. We are still trying to fish for the 6 cell here, or the 4 cell technically as well. We can keep it until we are 10 back basically, because if we deal in, it's game over anyway. Like, and we have overlap on the monster. Like if we got like an 8 cell here for the Riichi, like it's like the weight is kind of Shima only, but it is also on the social. Perhaps if we get the 369, so we can win on the 9 cell, but otherwise it's the weight is pretty Shima only.
Eat.
But here we have a Riichi, Mantura, obviously in the suit that is the most sus. Like they can basically deduce that we don't have any beans. So it's a 39 hand, and mm, the 1 pin is also pretty good here. But it's basically we just need to Simo Ura. Easy, right? It sounds easy, right? Simo and Ura. Like it's just like so impossible here because like if they have any pins, it's just safer. Even like a 6-pin is just almost no problem here. Or like it's already got pussy on the left anyway. But, because they know that I have to win, so I won't be trapping often. Uh, like I have to play like honest Mahjong here because I'm last. Like you can usually just Sotokawa bullshit against last because they have to win. Uh, this 9-man is close, it's still 2, so the 8-man is still not really coming out. They had a pair as well. Like die kan just out of safe tiles. Shimotsa has safe tiles still with his 9-man. Hopefully, like even if they throw like a 5-8 man here on the left, like it's so late that it's almost never getting pushed anyway. And the chance that
Kang.
uh, they draw safe are also pretty high here. You have to hide if doesn't get the night. We- that was calling on the 6-pin, but 3K here with mm, yeah. I kind of like I could have done the math, but I just kind of hope that we would be temporarily tiered here, but not for us today. Double 3-pin acceptance. The Sabos all kind of okay, but outside hands. Don't. We are not going to see a 3-pin here for the outside hand. It's just way too mediocre. The screen dragon player would be good to have for sure, but there's almost nothing that we can cut for it. One pin's out that one pin here into the torso and mm, just kind of really like we of course we are just last here. Uh, Keeping some outside hands in mind. The AK5 man is the biggest punish
Boom.
that now we can actually open. Not on this 9 pin, but there are ways to open here. Uh, so we definitely want to take that, and then we have to get rid of this force. So basically as soon as possible, unless that happens. I think 2 pin and then 1 2 pin here. Uh, just cutting the entire shape here for the 3 mount. This is hopefully better than the 3 pin. The 6 7. He got a 4 mount here, so the 3 mount is hopefully pretty strong here. Toyman needs basically manga. The Riichi still doesn't push Toyman outside of the thresholds. But like the thing is, if they just Shima, we are last. Like the,
Each.
he do have a kinda trap way, but there's also a lot of Tao say. 8 pin is a
Boom.
push. Just need some blind build. I don't know if they are blind on this team, but he do just get ultra lucky here. No run uncle. Like if Kami's had like 50k, but they take to Sashikomi, this 3 man is definitely up there on the Sashikomi list. Uh, Up there on the Sashikomi list. I don't think Simons has that many 3 mans here to feed us. There's a KP4 so here.
Chi.
Mm, everyone is just full sending it. Uh, 3 man? 3 man? The 7 man was Suchi there, but uh, it's 5-8 and a 5-8. Uh, at least we have like some best extension chances here, but we just lost 1k delta against Toyman Shimocha. Of course, we
Boom.
are closer to Kami here, but there are like 2600 here in the middle, so the chance that someone just ends it here are quite realistic, even for Toyman here. They basically need um, 2-6. They still need 300. Right, wait. They have 5-3-2-6. Yeah, they need the extra hand there. It is perfect. Bumpy. Let's cut Bumpy. It's also one card. I'm thinking about the 7 cell, but I think we might be, if we do like another pair, we still have like this 8 cell acceptance. And we are keeping the 7 cell. Like if we thought the 8 cell is perfect, we have this beam to say which is good. But let's cut the 7 cell now. Like we all kinda, we also don't want to take maximum risk here, especially not for some very big upgrade. Yeah, that was okay. Oh my god, I'm just too nervous here. I'm just not used to tight situations anymore. I'm just so rusty on this 7 cell. Uh, yeah, we did keep it like 6 turns and then, or like 7 turns, and then, of course, uh,
Chi.
on the the once we got rid of it, we told the
Each.
8. So
Sumo.
Oh my god, the Ipotsimo. Stop it, stop it. Yeah, we're just dying here. We might actually D-rank here. Oh my god, the Ipotsimo. The Ipotsimo. They had like a lonely 8 so here. They were about to cut 8 so here. If they had Tempai there, they would have just turned into Ipats Tura for 2-6. Oh my god, they almost failed in there. And Tormen actually had toch niet zoveel. Wait, Tormen's nog niet eens ultra attack.
Pom.
Why did they skip my? This is an easy pawn though. I think they want some defense because the thing is they are kind of far away, and if they tear in, they are just lost. So they're playing 4 avoidance on the skip, and now they have a dead weight basically across.
Chi. Ich.